ladies and gentlemen, this is Deadlinux, and this game is not fishing related at all. It's not Minecraft, it's not anything else, but it's something that popped up on Steam, and I felt like I had to get involved with it. Just because this is the first game I've seen, and it was like a couple bucks on Steam. I think it was $5 with the deluxe edition, and it's one I already had on my wish list because I'd seen it, and then it went on sale, and so I thought, well, that's a sign, so I picked it up. Yeah, it's a sign. Coincidence, huh? Right. It's all about all sorts of holy stuff. At any rate, this is an RPG in the old school style. I don't know a whole lot of history about this company, though. I have a sneaking suspicion this game has been lurking around for a long time. It's way too clean. But we'll see. And if I find out more about that, I'll let you know. But the writing in this is amazing. So let me kind of start off with that. And I'll be reading a lot of this. So I want to do a let's play of this just because of the fact that the writing is so good and it's fun, and with a handle like Deadlinux, it just seems appropriate that this is this morbid sort of kind of Judeo-Christian kind of overtoned thing about the Inquisition of all things. And who expects the Inquisition? Nobody. So let's begin with Act 1 and we'll get into the game. The year 1223 had finally come. The whole kingdom of Ulthurst is drowning in chaos, and the end of the world is getting nigh. Is Ulthurst backwards or something? No. In some it arouses hope, in others fear, but you are being preoccupied with a problem much more mundane: to stay alive. You have fallen into the hands of the Holy Office, which means only one thing to these days: torture and death. Of course, you could try to prove your innocence, but who would listen to the reason these days? The scourges of God have stricken, and there are hellspawn lurking high and low. But don't you dread. The Inquisition is here to restore peace and order, and each and every sinner shall be redeemed in the flames of divine justice, even though he might seem innocent at that moment. God will be able to tell. Strangely enough, you were saved from the torture and the final judgment by two mysterious men who explained to the industrious servants of God, whose company you were enjoying, what a miscarriage of justice means. In the end, a pouch of gold turned out to be the best proof of innocence. The result of this seemingly simple transaction was one of the very few release orders ever issued by the Holy Inquisition. Nevertheless, as you found out, the price of mercy was to be high. It looked quite innocent at first. You were to go to Hilbrant, a mountain town on the northern border of the realm, and shed some light on the death of a certain merchant by the name of Kurth Ulmir. Why you? Because you were nobody. You were insignificant and replaceable, as your saviors had said. But what the hell? You were alive. So you set off for a journey to Hilbrant to find the Inquisitorial Judge Valerian, whose errand boy you were supposed to become to hide your real mission, just as you were told to do so. Your saviors promised to contact you to see the results of your investigation, and then you were supposed to be free, but everything was to turn out in a really, really different way. Why? Because it is the year 1223, and the year when the world is to end, and that's the beginning. Welcome to Hilbrant, my son. I was informed that you were about to arrive. I'm glad nothing bad befell you during your journey. It's very dangerous to travel the realm in these difficult times. It's especially dangerous here in the north. I'm Bishop Valerian, and I hold the office of Inquisitorial Judge with the delegated rights of a Curial Inquisitor here in Hilbrant. Excuse me, Your Honor, but what does the title Curial Inquisitor mean? I see. You are not yet acquainted with the hierarchy of the Holy Office. After all, you're still only Inquisitorial Investigator Adept. Gobble gobble. Then know what a Curial Inquisitor is: the highest ranking official of an Inquisitorial Curia, which is a basic organization unit of the Holy Office. If a large-scale heresy is proven somewhere in the realm, then an Inquisitorial Curia is founded there. Its territory overlaps with the territory of the given diocese. No heresy has been proven yet here in Hilbrant, and thus an Inquisitorial Curia wasn't founded. The Holy Office is represented by me as an Inquisitorial Judge with the delegated rights of a Curial Inquisitor. Whew, I understand. It's an honor to meet you, Your Honor. It's an honor to meet you, Your Honor. I'm glad you have volunteered to bolster the ranks of the Inquisition in this distant part of the realm. It seems the Holy Office will be rather busy here. I was sent here together with my brothers from the Glatzberg Curial Inquisitor Tranquilius to investigate local crimes. That's his name? Glatzberg Curial Inquisitor Tranquilius? This guy had fun with names. We arrived just after the snow thawed and the roads became at least a little bit passable. Immediately after our arrival, I realized that the town was in grave danger and there was no time to waste. How is it possible? What happened? It's obvious that someone has been invoking dark powers, my son. Some perverted worse. Heretics are trying to destroy that what was firm for centuries. There's been evil gathering around the town, and it doesn't seem it would be willing to back off. Someone's been attracting, luring, and encouraging it. Only God can know the plans of those heretics. Anyway, I'm sure there won't be anything good. Well, what's happening in Hillbrant, anyway? Monsters came, my son. Infernal creatures known only from the worst nightmares. Hideous hellspawns crawling from the deepest holes on the surface, spinning their dark webs around the town. At first only cattle from the pastures occasionally went missing, and people who were unlucky enough to stray outside the town walls after dusk started to disappear. No one has seen them ever since. And then came that terrible blow when the miners in the iron mines got slaughtered and their village of Asherbalt was razed to the ground. There were only a few survivors who were able to tell about the atrocities they witnessed, who razed the village. Orcs, my son. I know how absurd it might sound. Those infernal servants of chaos were mentioned only in the legends from the times of the fall of the pagan realms of inhuman races. Nevertheless, it seems somebody had those legends revived. By all accounts, orcs came somewhere from the infernal depths beneath the Moonshine Mountains. According to the recent reports from the iron mines, huge underground halls were found while mining in the lowest levels of the mines. They mined too deep. Nobody knew then that the greenskins would come from there. Oh, okay. How is it possible that the ancient times could appear in our world? Beings from the ancient times could appear in our world. I don't doubt heretics are responsible, my son. Somebody managed to open the gates of hell and brought legions of those cursed beasts that had served well their lords of chaos in the past, carrying out their destructive will, obliterating everything. Only God knows how many of them the heretics managed to summon, and how many of them remain in the deep, dark caverns in the Moonshine Mountains. They've managed to take control of the iron mines and of the foothills of the Moonshine Mountains. Since then, a thick black smoke has been fuming from there. Nobody knows what infernal plots they are forging down there, but just the image is enough to make me despair. A rhyme. We must reveal and convict the heretics responsible for the mayhem and prevent them from carrying out their monstrous plans. Fortunately, we already have a suspect. According to the investigation, it seems beyond doubt that he's guilty. We just need to gather enough evidence against him. Who is it, if I may ask? Of course you may ask, my son. After all, it's the task I'm going to entrust to you. I love this. Oh, this is good. Listen carefully and don't let yourself be confused. The perpetrator is no one less important than the Master Edmund Diarvius, the superior of the Hillbrant chapter of the Brotherhood of the Righteous. Yes, I know that sounds... What have you got in your... Excuse me. My cat's got... Well, you've got something in your hair. Okay, sorry about that. Nevertheless, it seems beyond a doubt that... Oh wait, who is he? Master Diamond Ardbius, the superior of the Hillbrant chapter of the Brotherhood of the Righteous. Okay, so he's here somewhere. Yes, I know it sounds crazy. Nevertheless, it seems beyond doubt that he was the one who summoned the orcs and the other hell spawns who's using them to pursue his shameful goals, which he exchanged for his holy mission in protection of the divine order he swore to uphold in his monastic oath. Master of the Brotherhood of the Righteous, isn't he one of the highest-ranking paladins of that order? Yes, you're absolutely correct. Masters of the Brotherhood of the Righteous are subject only to the Grand Master of the Order and his seneschals. They indirectly wield the Grand Master's powers. What's worse, at first Master Edmund Diarvius seemed to be an honest and devout man led by the noblest notions. That's why I'd hesitate to believe the results of the investigation if we lived in normal times. Nevertheless, considering the current situation... What do you mean, Your Honor? I mean the shameful heretical conspiracy of the Brotherhood of the Righteous, my son. I think this guy's a nutcase. Have you heard about it? The highest officials of the Brotherhood of the Righteous, led by the Grand Master Christopher de Malamert himself, openly came out against the Holy Office. Supposedly they want to persuade His Highness Edward II to restrain our jurisdiction and powers. Why would they do that? Because we're insane. No, they're claiming that the Brotherhood of the Righteous has been responsible for carrying out justice since time immemorial. Not long ago they had jurisdiction over all the estates of the realm, including clergy. Nevertheless, after the realm was struck by the scourges of God and heretic intrigues began to develop into armed revolts, our Holy Mother Church persuaded King Edmund to entrust the Holy Office with the investigation of heresy, and to give it, in the matters connected with heresy, jurisdiction over all the estates of the realm, including the knightly order of the Brotherhood of the Righteous. Well... It was the only way to uproot heresy from the entire society. Nevertheless, the Brotherhood of the Righteous opposes the decision and tries to procure restrictions of the powers of the Holy Office. They're accusing us of pursuing our own interests and of misusing the powers entrusted to us for performing shameful deeds. They're trying to blacken us and to cast doubt upon our holy mission, which is entrusted to us not only by the king, but also by God himself. What insolence! Why would they do something like that? Because they're afraid of their own crimes being revealed. That precious order of theirs has been keeping them secret long enough. They're trying to prevent our Inquisitors from revealing what they're doing in their impregnable fortress and citadel. They're not willing to confess to their crimes, and they think they'll avoid the punishment God wishes to bestow upon them. But that's where they're wrong, my son. They're not going to avoid the wrath of our Lord. They're going to face divine justice, and Master Edmund de Arvius to the... Why do you think the heretic you're looking for here in Hillbrand is just Edmund de Arvius? Quest noise. Because the night when the Greenskins attacked the town, Edmund de Arvius was allegedly seen opening one of the town gates for those infernal monsters. Preliminary investigation proved that it was most likely him indeed who let them into the town, allowing them to carry out their heinous destructive task. That leads me to your mission, my son. Find out if the accusation is based on truth, and if so, arrest Edmund de Arvius. And as soon as you manage to do so, hand him over to the Sheriff of Canterbury, and then seek me out. We'll then discuss what to do next, like burn him, I suppose. I believe that Master Edmund de Arvius was ordered to perpetrate those crimes by someone from the Brotherhood of the Righteous. I must know who it was. We must crush their conspiracy and justly punish all perpetrators. I see. I'll start my investigation immediately. You can click all the rest of this for other stuff, but I'm going to do this. Wait a moment, my dear son. To pursue your holy mission, you need a bit more appropriate equipment. Keep in mind that from now on you'll be exposed to dangers, thus should you be well prepared to face it. Here's a pouch of gold, which will be enough to buy basic equipment. Take my advice, use the money reasonably. Thank you, Your Honor. Do you happen to know if there's some opportunities to get additional funds in Hillbrand? Remember, my son, that modesty is a virtue. Wow. Nevertheless, I'm sure there's some plausible opportunities which would be in compliance with your holy mission. Ask in town, I'm sure you'll find something appropriate. Nevertheless, you certainly should not let yourself be distracted from your primary objective. Thanks, Your Honor. Farewell. And we can breathe again. Wow. So, when you play this game, you can actually click through all that text really quickly. So if you watch this and then go play Inquisitor, you can simply just go past all that. I'm reading it verbatim. But it's so good, it's so good. Oh, this lady here. Susan, well, she's gonna tell me her name anyway. Hello, Father. What's bringing you as far as the north of the realm? Not many people come here in these dangerous times. I came to investigate the crimes that happened here. Really? Judge Valerian will definitely be happy that someone's going to be helping with the case. They say he suspects someone, but he hasn't arrested anyone yet. Who are you, good woman? My name is Susan Brockner, Father. I am a stall holder. I sell everything now because there's lack of any kind of goods nowadays. If you wanted to sell or buy something, make sure to come. You'll see. We'll agree upon a good price. Baloney. I'd like to see what you're selling. And she's selling a little bit of everything. So we got Raphael's buckler for 308. We have $2,000 in gold. Let's see. We have several pages of inventory to use here. Let's see what we got. We're wearing nothing. What's a cheap one? That 1200 GP. Yeah, that sounds cheap. 1372. God, she's got expensive stuff. Where's she getting this from? I did play this earlier, and this is randomized. This is not the same stuff she had before, exactly. Perfect helmet. What's this on here? Is this also a perfect helmet? Helmet of physical invulnerability. That's 77. That's 92. Let's be frugal and buy cheap stuff. Okay, so priest can wear a helmet. That's fair. Boots. Raphael's boots for 231. Let's see what else we can get here. Boots of speed. Speed +1. I'm already pretty fast. What's this? Skill is not high enough to use this item. Okay, so let's switch over to the next page. How many pages of stuff does she have? She's got 3. Plate armor. Yeah, I can't. What's this? Leather armor. Perfect padded armor. Okay. That's 792 plus 23 for armor class. I like that. Let's take that. It's expensive, but let's take it anyway. Okay, so what do we have left? 1126. Okay. Short sword of intelligence. What are these? Plate shield? Pavice? Let's see. Gloves. Stun immunity. There's a belt. Belt of Clear Mind. 18% to insanity immunity. That sounds very important. Or disease immunity. Which one's cheaper? Disease immunity. Sure. Okay. Any cheap boots? Well, that might work. Cheap-ish. Okay, well, we got some other slots for various things. +3 to experience points. Do I do better than that? Insanity immunity again. I think we're going to be going insane quite regularly. Okay, these charges and these symbols, I don't understand them yet, but we'll get to using those. Bad potion of speed. Okay. A lot of stuff I don't have yet. Stun immunity. Oof. What's this? Pentacle Azria. Oh. Can't use that, I suppose. Oh, I can. I'm not going to. Oh, I need gloves, don't I? Better gloves? Suicidal gloves of mana. That sounds like a horrible idea. Just take the regular gloves here. So I don't have to do that. 486. So let's take the Rhythm of Experience. Just because +3 experience is going to help. Although this guy, from what I've heard, is supposed to be able to level up fairly quickly. I have a better combat staff already. Okay, I didn't see that. Let's see. I think... Let's go here. Acceptable potion of healing. That seems like a good idea to get a couple of those. Just in case. Okay. So... we can... Actually, I can put those in slots too, can't I? Well, let's do this while I'm here. I don't know what these do, but they have charges on them, so maybe it'll be important. And we'll just put one of these over here too. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, look, stylish. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I think... No, there's a guy I want to talk to. I haven't talked to many people in this town yet, but there is one guy I did talk to. Alrighty here. There he is. Okay, I'm going to get one step further in so I can see, and clicky, clicky. What do you want here, father? I don't think I invited you to visit me, but I've heard about you. You belong to the Inquisition, don't you? In that case, I hope you'll help all the sinners to get where they should get. To hell! Your concern for justice is admirable, good man. I'm a humble servant of God. I've lived almost all my life in the town, and I've never seen so much atrocity and disgust as during the last few years. People I thought to believe firmly all my life turned to heretics before my eyes. They are worshipping the worst that's located in the entrails of hell, and nobody does anything about it. It's awful. Who are you? My name is San Raymond. Ryman? If you're interested in that, I'm a stonemason. If you need a gravestone, nobody around is better than me. You can look for inspiration at the town cemetery. Maybe another time. It's never too soon for something like that, Father. You never know when some heretic will send you to him before your time, and there's a plenty of them lately. Do you suspect anyone in particular, good man? Yes, I do. That's what I do. And it isn't only a suspicion. I found out that Master Edmund de Arvius dun-dun-dun is a heretic who sold his soul to Satan and started to plot with hell's spawns. Why do you think so? Wait. No. Master Edmund de Arvius, you say? Do you want to say that you suspect the master of the Brotherhood of the Righteous of Heresy? Exactly, Father. I know, maybe it seems strange to you, but I know what I've seen. Master Dearvius is a heretic. Why do you think so? It happened that night when those damned greenskins got into town. I was on my way back from the pub when I heard the sound of a fight from the upper gate. The sound was coming near quickly. I panicked and hid in the ruins of an abandoned house. From there I could see the street leading to the church well, and I saw the bunch of greenskins coming. I was completely dumbfounded for the moment. And just when they were passing by my hideout, Master Edmund Dearvius came out from the dark. It seemed like he was going to fight them. I saw him wielding his sword before. As for me, he's one of the best swordsmen in the realm. What happened then? Nothing. Nothing happened at all. I thought there'd be a terrible fight, but the orcs just stopped and waited. Master Dearvius came to them, told them something, pointed at the church, and the orcs ran that way, howling wildly. The master himself quickly looked around whether someone was watching him, and disappeared in the dark. Can you swear that what you have just said was true? I cross my heart that what I've testified was true and nothing else, Father. Hear anything more from him? Not really. Thank you, good man, and farewell. So we have a witness. Okay, so is that good enough for... Is that good enough? Evidence? Let's keep going. Let's talk to Canterbury. Hello, Father. Jacob Canterbury, the local sheriff. Last time you come to the town, troubled times. The road is greenskins occupied the shine mountains can attack us any day. Nobody knows exactly who they came. Many of them residing there. Some of the legends came to life. Twins walk the earth. Something must be quickly done about it. Did Weinberg at Glassberg before his horse several times when he listens to his pleas. They say there are problems in the south as well. We can't spare any soldiers. Unbelievable. So I hope the Inquisitors such as you might help us. It seems you're rushed off your future. Can I help you with anything? Help me? It's hard to say. You're a priest, and also an Inquisitor, so I'm sure you have your own tasks. Well, now that I think about it, I might need your help. I have a problem with one of my soldiers. He's been avoiding duty for several days, which is obviously desertion. Unless he's quickly found and punished, my men will start disappearing like ghosts. And it's the last thing we need. Would you find him and bring him back? What are you going to do with him if he's captured? What am I going to do with him? Well, of course, I'll lock him up till he rots. He's not going to be hung straight away. Undermining morale of my men like that, and it seemed he might be a great soldier one day. I have no idea what led him to leave the army. Of course, what I can. Quest noise. Really? I'm really thankful, Father. I didn't hope to get any help. Thanks again. Bring him to me when you find him. You can count on me, Sheriff. Of course, wait. I have more questions because I want to see what it'll take. Oh my goodness! Oh, mouse wheel. I'd like to know if there are any rewards for killing monsters. What do you think about the crisis in the realm? Where can I buy some goods? What monsters may I come across? What can you tell me about orcs? I'm looking for heretics. Do you have any suspicions? Has anything usual happened? Well, let's try and find out about Kurth Olmir. Well, it's a tricky case with that with Merchant Olmir, I can't deny it. We had to adjourn the case because there was little evidence. All in all, it was a dead end. It happened some time ago. One morning, innkeeper Truthhorn rushed into my office. He could barely catch his breath, and dragged me to the attic of his pub. Kurt Olmir was renting it. The merchant was lying on the bed, and he looked very dead. Well, I immediately knew that he was dead. There was blood all around. Real slaughter. The murderer cut his throat and stuffed his mouth with his privates. Not a very nice sight. Do you have a suspect? If I had one, I wouldn't hesitate to bust him, believe me, Father. But there were no leads to help us in the investigation. The murderer entered the room, killed the merchant, and left without being noticed. No witnesses, no traces. After castrating him and shoving his privates in his mouth, there were no witnesses and nothing left. What? Thank you. Let's see what he can tell me about orcs. So you want to hear about the greenskins, Father? I don't know how it is with you, Father, but I first heard about them in the legends regarding old pagan kingdoms populated by inhuman races. Well, but it was a long time ago. The rumor is that the orcs were summoned by some infernal being called Cursed Flame from the forsaken place called Accursed Depths. Convenient. God knows what it means. Anyway, they were summoned to crush a proud and powerful empire called Thrawn, which lied below the mountains.